Well, hello everyone. Quick update for August 2023. Julia's on her way to a dentist appointment, so I thought, this is a perfect opportunity to let you in on some of the exciting things that have been happening in my life. First of all, the big news is that it looks like we no longer have to move, which is really cool. I mean, we can still move if we want to, but our landlady says she has found a way to keep the apartment due to some other things and refinances and whatever property deals. The cool thing is we can now stay. We have to pay a little bit more money from November, but that's because the building have increased bits and pieces, and obviously she needs to divert that over to so that she's not out of pocket. And we said, that's good to know. So we now have the choice if we want to or if we wanted to stay. So that's really, really good news for us. And with the way things are going, we found some good, interesting apartments in our neighborhood, but they were all not exactly, what we're looking for. There was always something wrong, too small, second bathroom missing, that sort of thing. And now we're thinking, hey, well, we might just keep an eye out, but also we might just go and stay because we really like it there. So that's good news. That's good news number one. So good news number two. I've made a significant purchase on the Reallusion store. Those are the people who make iClone and Character Creator. If you're familiar with those products, they are a little bit like DAZ Studio. Brian uses them, has been using these products for a while. And iClone is an animation program, and Character Creator is kind of a character creation software that hooks in with that. The beauty of that, two reasons why I bought it. One is that DAZ content can be made of use in iClone and Character Creator, so you can bring in a DAZ character and then refine it further in Character Creator. But also it can then be animated easier, but also it hooks into Unreal Engine. So it has a really nice live link feature that Brian and I have been exploring, and it looks really nice, and I might be able to use that for the job that I'm currently involved with, the Heart of Mercy project. So there might be something that I can use it for. If not for that, it's been on my radar for such a long time. I would ideally like to use it to expand what I can do with DAZ content currently, and also to be able to use it as a somewhat easier or additional front end for animations inside Unreal Engine. That would be really cool. So I'll see how that goes. I've only literally just purchased it because they have a deal on right now that gives you, I think, 25-30% off even the bundles. And that was, it was still over $1,000, but I'm hoping it's going to be a worthwhile investment. So see how that goes. Yet another app to learn and deal with, and I don't use enough apps just yet, But it's exciting, and I think I'm now up for it. And for the last few years, that wasn't the case. So I've always had something else on. I had other things to learn, like I was deeply buried in Unreal Engine, and I'm not that I don't have anything to learn anymore on that front, but I'm now at a point where I'm comfortable inside Unreal Engine and doing things with it. If you haven't already, have a look at the weekend animations that I've made there. There are 3 currently that I've made. One with sheep walking around, a really beautiful kind of a house on a hill scene. Then there's another one that I've used a statue with that came as part of the Humble asset pack that I've bought recently, and it's been really nice to play around with it and learn more about the sequencer animations, and that's just a lot of fun. That's what I do at the weekends on my weekend streams on YouTube, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturday and Sunday. It's kind of cool, really cool. So that's a second piece of news. The third piece of news, and this is also 3D related, that might be something really exciting. I'm looking forward to that. It's happening on Tuesday. I've been in touch with a company here in Miami called 3D Chimera, and they sell 3D scanning equipment, but they also sell 3D scanning services. And as such, I went in touch and asked, is it possible to have my body scanned? And they said, yep, we can do that. This is a 2-part process. One is kind of a low-res version with textures for the full body, and then another one is a very high-res scan just for the facial features. And me being a 3D guy, I can probably combine them. So the scales are supposed to match up. And I've had a really nice chat with Alex about this. Alex is in charge there at 3D Chimera, and I'm going to meet him on Tuesday, and I'll see if I can have my body scanned. I mean, we'll see how it comes out. So my idea is then to use this for all kinds of experiments. Like in the fashion industry, it's an up and coming concept that you have an exact scan of your body measurements, and then that's the future plan for the fashion industry, that you don't have small, medium, large type clothing, or 42, 44, 46 type clothing, that you have an exact fit made for your measurements. And the idea behind that is to cut down on waste that happens, especially in fashion. So like the large companies, they're always very eager to drive down prices, and the reason why so much stuff ends up in TJ Maxx and Burlington's and all these kind of dumping fashion stores where things are reduced from $100 to like $2 is because it is literally, the alternative would be to divest of it and just chuck it away, and that creates so much waste that just due to overproduction it's just cheaper to make more at a quantity discount than and then throw stuff away than to just make what you need, knowing full well you're not going to be able to sell all that. So this is something that in the fashion industry is going to become interesting at one point. And I've worked with fashion clients every now and again, so from that point of view, that's interesting to me, to see what can we do now in 2023 to have a body scan versus what can we do like in 5 years time. It's a bit, I compare this a bit like when I bought my first domain, Versluis.com. That was in 1998, I think. And you couldn't just go online and buy a domain. That mechanism didn't exist. So it was it was kind of interesting to compare that experience to what was it like back then to what is it like today. Like I remember a time where we didn't have a service like YouTube where we could just upload a video, that didn't always exist. So it's kind of cool to compare that. So that's one thing. But the other thing is, of course, the whole digital twin thing. It would be nice if I could have a digital J walking around in my Unreal Engine projects, and maybe have something like J9 for Genesis 9, might even have J8 for Genesis 8, J for Character Creator, J on the Unreal Engine store. So disclaimer, I at this point it's an experiment. I do not intend to make that available to the general public for sale or for in any other way. I don't know if that's going to work out. There might also be various versions of the scan. So on one hand, I'm thinking it'd be good to have a resting face pose. Then at the same time, it's also good to have one mouth open, eyes closed, because that for wrapping and texture purposes is actually a bit easier to handle. But yeah, let's see how it goes. So that's my quick August update for you. I hope you've had a good summer. I hope you're having a good summer. And don't forget, Saturdays and Sundays I do all kinds of 3D shenanigans on my main YouTube channel. Drop by and join me for that. Oh, also some other little bit of good news. I've uploaded some more videos to my German channel. If there are any German viewers out there, WPGuru.de is the place for German 3D tutorials. And check that out. I've gotten some good views on that despite the low subscriber count. So there seems to be real interest in German tutorials of a very high-tech specific nature. So I'll see if I can, I see I can do more of that in the future. Have a wonderful rest of the week and the rest of the month, and I will see you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.